Next week, we will be in India for another groundbreaking agreement. And negotiations are advancing with many others who want to do business with us. These deals will open massive opportunities for our businesses. They will create jobs here in Europe. They will give us resilience and security of supply, because the more trading partners we have worldwide, the more independent we are. If we are now plunging into a dangerous downward spiral between allies, this would only embolden the very adversaries we are both so committed to keeping out of the strategic landscape. Later this week, leaders will meet to discuss our response at the European Council. We are at a crossroads. Europe prefers dialogue and solutions, but we are fully prepared to act, if necessary, with unity, urgency, and determination. But beyond this, we need our own strategic approach. This is why we're working on a package to support Arctic security. The first pillar will be a massive European investment surge in Greenland, in particular to further support the local economy and infrastructure. This will build on what we have already done. 2 years ago, before this all happened, I was in Nuuk to open our first office there. And in the next European budget, we have already proposed to double our financial support to Greenland, but of course we must do more and do it faster. Second point, we will work with the United States and all partners on wider Arctic security. In particular, I believe we should use our defense spending surge on Arctic-ready equipment and strengthen our security arrangement with partners such as the UK, Canada, Norway, Iceland, and others. Finally, I believe Europe itself needs to reassess its wider security strategy. This should look at what is needed to adjust to today's new realities. Many of you have worked on various national and European security strategies, some of them in the recent past, but the world has changed so fast, and Europe now has to change with it. Honourable members, when it comes to security, it is more important than ever that we keep focusing on Ukraine, because our European security and our European independence hinges on what happens next. It is now almost 4 years since Russian tanks rolled into Ukraine. Peace talks are now ongoing, and we are recognizing the efforts the US is doing in this region. But while these efforts intensify, so does Russia's attacks. So Europe will continue to support Ukraine in every way, and this is why it was so important that in the last European Council we agreed to jointly raise 90 billion euros for Ukraine. Europe has taken clear responsibility for Ukraine's need, both civilian and military, and this 90 billion euro shows our unfaltering commitment and solidarity, and we will stand with Ukraine until there is a just and lasting peace. Honourable members, allow me to briefly turn to our economy and our need to reduce our dependencies here too, because this is intrinsically linked. Trade inside our single market accounts for 55% of our GDP. Trade with the rest of the world is worth roughly 45% of our GDP, 45%. Our supply chains and de-risking goals depend on trade. So trade matters more than ever. I just came back from Paraguay, where we signed a historic deal with Mercosur. Next week, we will be in India for another groundbreaking agreement. And negotiations are advancing with many others who want to do business with us. These deals will open massive opportunities for our businesses. They will create jobs here in Europe. They will give us resilience and security of supply, because the more trading partners we have worldwide, the more independent we are. And that is exactly what we need. If we take Mercosur, which I know is hotly debated in this House, the deal secures our access to raw materials our industry needs. And the benefits for European companies will be huge. Just take the automotive sector. European exports to Mercosur can rise by 20 billion euros or 200%. Or look at the chemicals or machineries, same effects. The deal with Mercosur will deliver huge gains also for producers of dairy, wine, spirits, oil, and much more. At the same time, we have listened carefully to your concerns and to our farmers, and we have secured strong safeguards for our sensitive agri-food sectors. I believe this is a deal that will bring benefits across our economy and across every member state. So to conclude, honourable members, this moment of global change is fraught with dangers. And Europe must be ready to change even faster, to become more independent for its own future. This will not be easy. It will require difficult decisions. And it will require to frame all of our work in the bigger picture. But I'm deeply convinced that together we can achieve it. Thank you very much, and long live Europe.